Just facing all the stress of trying to get out there and getting stuck all the time, that can take a toll on you.
Startling numbers show a sharp rise in the number of suicide deaths across the country, and it especially hits close to home for farmers and ranchers. The new report shows suicide rates among people in rural areas are much higher. Tonight, we investigate this alarming trend and what you can do to help stop it.
Boy, this is nasty here.
Farming is Bill Hale's life. He grew up on the farm helping his dad, and now he's running one in Amenia.
Acreage is mostly soybeans, a little bit of corn, some spring wheat, and then sugar beets.
But he tells us this season has been downright stressful. He has never seen it this wet.
We haven't touched a soybean yet, and normally we'd be done by the 8th or 10th of October.
And all that stress is adding to an already rising issue hitting farms nationwide: suicide. It's something Hale says he hasn't seen firsthand, but he completely understands why the number of suicides are up.
Tempers usually are a little bit short during harvest just because you're so busy, but then you have the added stress of wondering if you're going to make it to the other end of the field. That puts a lot of hard times on people.
Yeah, it's definitely an increase.
Alyssa Schultz, on the other hand, has been watching this trend very closely, and it especially hits close to home for her because on top of working with a mental health crisis response team, she's also a farmer.
It's everywhere. It's the prices of the crops. It's milk. You know, for dairy farmers, milk price is low.
Schultz says it's good to check on your neighbors. Don't be afraid to ask how they're doing and have an open conversation.
Farmers don't call it depression. Farmers don't necessarily call it anxiety. It's anger. It's stress. It's, I don't know what to do.
That really turns into a mud ball.
And that brings us back to Bill Hale. He absolutely agrees with Schultz.
If your friend or neighbor, if you think they're kind of in a tough area, you might want to ask them if they've tried to talk to anybody.
And while he and other farmers are struggling to bring in this year's crop, he's keenly aware of what being a good neighbor really means.
I don't think, oh, well, it'll be okay. It might not.
If you're feeling depressed or suicidal, there is help out there, and it's available 24/7. We have a list of local resources along with a number to the suicide hotline on our website. That's valleynewslive.com.